So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Good morning and welcome to the Mindfulness broadcast. It is July 5th and it is so hot where I am in Southern Oregon. It's supposed to be, I think, 111 or something. So I am outside trying to get any early morning coolness into my body before I go lock myself inside all day. So today, well, a couple things. One, I wanted to let you know that we have some really fun announcements coming, probably next week. We've got some very cool things happening with our Coach Training Academy and our third cohort. And we also have some really, what I think is very, very exciting news about offering some coaching, and we'll let everybody know about that as that happens. Again, I think that we'll have some stuff ready over the next couple weeks to share. If you aren't already, let's stay connected. You can find us in all of our emails and phone numbers and social media contacts at yesempower.com. And I'll put that on the chat just in case you don't have that or we're not connected in that way. I'm also going to put a quote in the chat, and I'm going to read it to you out loud so that we're all looking at it together, listening to it together. But for those of you who are here live, you can check it out in the chat as well. So it says, most of the time, our perception is limited by our attention span, fragmented by continuous distractions, distorted by our biases, assumptions, and expectations, and regularly hijacked by our emotional reactivity. And I want you to just kind of sit with that for a moment and let it ripple through you and land in you and maybe get you thinking. And what I've been thinking about, and I went searching for some quotes and information just to kind of allow me to explore a little bit deeper, is this idea of ease. Where do I create? It's like contraction. Where do I create, or the world creates, or politics create, or whatever? It creates contraction. And where do I create? The world can create, politics create, beliefs create ease. So kind of these two separate ends of a spectrum. And what is my role in that? And because that's all I have control over, right, is my role in that. And so then I think about my role in my own contraction or my own ease, and where I really want to make changes. Am I even aware that there are changes to make? And to just explore that a little bit. So a continued place where I find contraction is time for me personally. How I use my time, where I put my emphasis, how I use my words around time. So even this belief or the statement that is constantly being made, I don't have time, like catching that every time it falls out of my mouth or drifts through my mind. And trying to then move over to this other part of the spectrum and say, where can I create ease here? And when I do that, it really makes me dive into what this quote is saying, is that then I get really distracted by my own biases, by my own life I've created. I get hijacked by my assumptions. And that is such a powerful place to go in and play around. What are my assumptions around what people think of me and my time and how I should be spending it? How much of that is programmed in me and is causing this contraction? And so how much can I unprogram or introduce and create places of ease? And all of those things have consequences, right? So if I stay in the contracted thought around time, for me, again, that's my place of constant contraction, and I'm living into that, well, there are good and bad consequences of that. I'm getting a lot done. Things are growing. My, And there's negative consequences. I'm not spending the time in nature that I want to, and I'm not journaling as much, and I'm not investing in relationships like I want to. And there are good and bad consequences over here as well in creating ease. Maybe I'm letting go of opportunities. Maybe um, I am saying no and it feels uncomfortable to me, or I'm saying yes to certain things and that feels uncomfortable and it changes relationships. So I think when we're over in contraction land, we kind of look over at ease and we think, oh, everything will be easy over there. Everything will be good over there. And reminding ourselves, I am in choice where I put my attention. I am in some ways adding to the contraction. I am in many ways um, could add to the ease. There is a lot of area that I could place priority or action or inaction. So I'm giving that over to you this morning to think about. Um, where are the places of contraction? So building just our own awareness. Where are the places of ease? What are the consequences, the wins and the losses of those things? And where can you create more ease? And even if it's not a full on, 10, like I'm letting go, I feel so good about this, I feel at ease. Maybe it's a 1. What is one little tiny step you can make to create more ease? So I'm going to read that quote to you one more time as I begin to guide us into our practice this morning. And it says, most of the time, our perception is limited by our attention span, fragmented by continuous distractions, distorted by our biases, assumptions, and expectations, and regularly hijacked by our emotional activity. And that is a playground, really, a mindfulness playground. So let's do it. Close your eyes, or you can take a soft gaze. Start by just inviting some gratitude to yourself this morning for being here, for giving to yourself, for self-care, for building a mindfulness practice that changes your brain, changes how you interact with the world and with life. It's backed by a whole world of neuroscience, allowing us to build greater self-awareness, greater emotional intelligence, greater self-compassion. So let's just start with that. Good on you for being here. And then let's invite ease to the table this morning for our practice. Give it a seat at the table. Invite it into your body. Noticing where you might be holding some tension, where ease may already exist, and just adjusting your posture as your awareness in this grows. Finding space between your neck and your shoulders. Inviting ease to the space between your eyebrows, to your jaw, to your belly and lower back. To your hips, your hands. You might find you want to roll your shoulders or bring your arms over your head, just allowing space, physical space and ease. And then extending that ease to your breath, just allowing it to flow in and out, fully being in its natural state. This beautiful natural place of just breathing in and breathing out. Feeling the breath move through our nose, into our lungs, feeling the ease in our belly, feeling the belly expand, and then a slow contraction. Belly contracts, lungs empty, and an exhale through your lips. And again, just connecting with your body as this breath might find more places to allow ease. And then finally bringing ease into our mind, into our very busy mind. And ease may take the form, many different forms for each of us. Ease might be that we just accept that we're distracted, give ourselves some grace. Ease might be that we explore our self-talk. See if we can lighten the grip, lighten the shoulds, coulda, shoulda, woulda. And might just be lightening that a little. These might be inviting humor into the observation of our brains and our minds, lovingly and with a slight smile on our lips, noticing all the things, all the places, all the happenings within our brain and our mind. Maybe even saying something like, "Whew, you're busy up there," with an invitation to join in the present moment. "Oh, you're busy up there. Let's just come back to the breath." Breathing in, breathing out, just staying with this process for a bit. Where can you create more ease? And what I love about that question is not can you, but where, how. As we close our practice, sitting with that question, Seeing what comes to you. And if just curiosity comes, that's a win. These might just be the exploration itself. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and come back together. Thank you for being here today. It's great to see you all. Take care. See you next week.